So in our 9-step program to effectively market and sell your community, we start and finish with your unique selling proposition, your USP, your value prop. Why should I buy from you versus any of your competitors? By far the most important question in business today. The USP ties in to our second module, which we term gravity. Gravity is a simple thing to understand. You get the results you go for. Your community is going to attract a certain kind of prospect. Our methodology helps to answer why and also gives us direct action items in order to tweak it towards attracting and acquiring your number one prospect. The third step of the program are strategic alliances. Essentially, this means making non-equity partnerships with indirect competitors, people who sell different things to the same market. And you have already a market in your home that will enable them to sell. So the real thing is, you're known in my building, I want the same. And the only real trick to strategic alliances is to give more than you get, but do it 20 times over. The fourth step of the program is public relations. And the most important aspect of PR is to think like a freelance journalist. This is the way that you will get your community on the front page of your local papers, by having human interest stories and thinking that you're not the end user here, who we're talking to is a journalist, and we need to feed him or her with a story, with a byline. The fifth step in the program is events. And there are essentially two types. There are social events and educational events. And as their names say, educational events are a way for you to unobtrusively and without any pressure showcase the expertise that you house already in your building. Maybe you want to you have your chef teach classes on low sodium cooking. Obviously, we're teaching these things and we're trying to draw and attract qualified prospects, people who are still living at home, but who already have these issues. Maybe you want to have your gardener do one on gardening. It's basically limitless. The second type of event, social events, are again, ties into PR. This is where you can have the media drawn out, and it ties into the next module, which is module number 6, the volunteer army. We call it an army, it's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek, but the one thing to realize is that 58% of all volunteer hours in Ontario are being done right now by seniors, being 65 and older. So a lot of these are young seniors, they're very healthy, they're in a very active lifestyle, but the point is it's a very good way to fill your pipeline for the future and also make all of your events a roaring success. And what we try to do for our clients is to establish events, especially the social events, that are labor intensive. Because by being labor intensive, there are more hands in the pot, which will make the event more fun, more inclusive, and attract more media, and attract more volunteers, and give the residents a better time. So module number 7 is a speaker and seminar series. Now all homes are doing this already, but what we found in our experience is that they're not effectively tying it in to their PR and to their marketing. So this is something that we can bring in and sort of close the loop, bring it all to mean one thing to one person, and again, hyper-focus on your number one customer. So the 8th module of the program is direct marketing. It's very simple to find out who your qualified prospects are and where they live within your market. So what we do is leverage the fact that meal time and mail time are the highlights of the day of a senior. So what we do is test powerful calls to action to have them come to seminars, to events, and basically build upon the previous successes that we've been able to build already, to get this exponential momentum. This enables us to profile accurately your number one customer through this direct marketing, because we see who responds to what. So we fine-tune the message until we've got a call to action that works for you, specifically to your community's offer. The final step in the program, module 9, is about retention, conversion, and referrals. Now conversion is referred to in our first video. Retention is often overlooked. I had an experience with a general manager of a community who told me that she lost a longtime resident who had been there for, I believe, 2.5 years, who was, let's say, dazzled by the glitz and glamour of a brand new competitor in town and actually broke her lease and went across town. However, 6 or 8 months later, she returned because she went there and found that what they promised wasn't really what they delivered. Happy ending, right? The moral of that story is that 67% of all customers, of all residents you will lose due to perceived indifference. They don't feel valued enough. So what we do is implement a very simple program. Think of it like a rewards program, okay? To really give people, in a very simple way, that feeling of value. It also ties into a referral program, and referral programs tie into strategic alliances. And we come back to step 1, which again is our unique selling proposition or the value proposition for your community. And only at the end of this process can we come to, let's say, a tagline, or let's say a 7-word phrase that will accurately and precisely describe why we should buy from you versus any of your competitors. People are going to buy. The question is, why will they buy from you? We've designed our program to have a high level of interaction with your staff. We come in, we teach and train them towards success. And we do it in a way that brings everybody on board and puts everyone in the same direction, working for you.